What is this strange figure that people are trying to figure out?
Don Bromley is working at motion-controlled trail cams. One morning, Don checks the cameras. They'd caught a trespasser unlike any he'd ever seen.
It was one of those, just an eerie feeling I had looking at it.
This is very strange.
Especially that bulbous head. Does that look human to you?
They are there.
There's just a lot of activity that is unexplained.
There is a lot that comes out after dark that you don't normally get to see until the eye of a trail camera captures it. Tune in today to witness some of the most unthinkable camera captures deep within the woods. While exploring the woods, a man stumbled upon a large brown creature standing motionless amidst dense bushes. Clearly focused on something, the creature calmly walked away and disappeared when the man made eye contact. In a video upload, he initially thought it was a bear, but later speculated it was something more unusual, a potential Sasquatch. Before dismissing it as folklore, consider a dark, tall being captured in a U.S. forest on October 13, 2023. Not a primate, as the U.S. isn't their habitat, it raises questions about its identity. Similar figures were reported in the same forest during winter, prompting multiple sightings. While some assert it's a Bigfoot, diverse perspectives are welcomed. Chasing Skinwalker.
Oh, where you go? Run, 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 run!
This video was uploaded on Instagram in November 2023 that revealed a chilling encounter with a Skinwalker.
Oh, where you go? Run, 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 run! Go, 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 go!
Since the sun was up, a guy was unaware and not intimidated by it, whistled at it to get its attention. Instantly, the Skinwalker charged ferociously, prompting a frantic escape. Both of them quickly took refuge in their house and locked the doors.
I did.
But this Skinwalker still managed to find its way through the basement. The video got cut off, leaving the fate unknown. Skeptics dismissed it as fake. Yet the mystery lingered. Was this a scripted horror or a genuine heart-pounding encounter? Share your thoughts down in the comments. Rake on Trail Road. This video was captured on a trail camera that was planted near the pond in a very secluded area. As the darkness fell on this area, a strange creature can be seen walking on all fours and in a very weird manner. The movement didn't resemble the animals at all. It was a humanoid creature that had something dangling from its mouth as it moved. The experts that had a good know-how of the paranormal creatures claimed that the movement didn't look phony. Instead, it looked like it was the natural walking way of this creature. However, some people called it the Rake or a Skinwalker, while others said it could be a Wendigo, and its identity shrouded in mystery. Treetop Ghostly Woman. Eerie, blood-curdling cries caught the attention of the locals in Colombia, but they didn't know how serious it could be. When they decided to get closer to investigate and possibly help until they spotted the source of the voice. It was a woman that was on top of the tallest visible tree. She was standing at the top branch without stumbling, which was impossible for any human, and those cries were giving everyone goosebumps. The locals had only one explanation for this supposed ghostly being. According to them, it was the spirit of La Llorona who lurked around the area where she took the lives of her children. Jumping Witch. Just when you think you've seen that things couldn't get any creepier, something like this pops up out of the blue. A video that surfaced in December 2022 showcasing a purported mythical creature from folklore, a 2-foot-tall gremlin. This enigmatic being, adorned in a white robe with a long black hair, was captured frolicking through fields, evoking a sense of mischief and superstition. Unlike whispers of witches, locals speculated about gremlins, mischievous entities steeped in lore. The creature's elusive charm and erratic movements created an atmosphere of uncertainty, leaving observers to question whether it was the result of witchery or the whimsy of gremlins that danced through the fields on this mysterious night. Bearded Crawler. A group of friends that were on an exploring trip somewhere in India that took an abrupt turn by this spooky encounter. A bald, skinny-looking bearded crawler was on the side of the road that seemed to be quite aggressive. It was on all four legs with its back arched. It wasn't a human from any angle. The guys were horrified. It was late at night and nobody else was on the road. What was adding fuel to the already fiery situation was the intense and constant glares of the creature toward the guys. It was staring at them with menacing eyes. What was this horrifying cryptid-like being that nobody could understand or predict? Howling beast. While hiking through the woods of Slovakia, a hiker spotted something following him soon after feeling its presence.
I feel like I'm being watched.
Within moments, things took a horrifying turn as it partially revealed itself, a hairy, dark hooded figure hiding behind the trees in the forest, followed by a loud howl. The creature was constantly staring at the guy at a distance, and that of course terrified him to his wits. This certainly is another major sighting that leaves no shadow of doubt as to the existence of Bigfoot as a reality and not a myth. Extraterrestrial in the forest. This trail camera captured another creature that defied beliefs and left the onlookers puzzled in fear and confusion. Wildlife rangers, upon reviewing the trail cam footage, they found this creature that was idle and remained camouflaged within the trees. It was a small hooded figure with hollow eyes that caused a stir among the people. There was only one explanation that could fit its appearance, and that indicated alien speculation, because in no way it looked like an earthly being. But again, no confirmation from the authorities surfaced in favor or in denial. And we leave it up to you to decide whether it was a hoax or actually an alien. Alien behind tree. This group of guys were camping in the forest late at night when their adventure gave them the thrill of their lifetime. They were just starting the fire when something eerie appeared out of the darkness. It started to stalk the campers by peeking from behind the tree. The fact that it wasn't recognizable and looked quite unearthly, leaving the possibility of it being but an extraterrestrial creature. It scared the guys, but left the world wondering, what was this mystery? Nobody had the answer. However, the question lurked in the air. Do aliens really exist? Possessed goat. In the eerie darkness of the night in this isolated area, rangers found this weird goat standing on 2 feet. The goat was unmoved, and even when they got too near, it wouldn't budge, even a little. In the moonlit night, a peculiar goat stood frozen, eyes unnaturally wide, refusing to blink. A spell seemed to bind it, or perhaps it glimpsed a distant, ghostly presence invisible to human eyes. The onlookers whispered of possession, insisting a spectral force held the goat captive in a realm unknown. An eerie air surrounded the creature, leaving the curious group haunted by the unsettling mystery, wondering if the supernatural had cast its chilling spell upon the unsuspecting animal. Straight out of folktales. A man was hiking in the woods on just another average day until it was anything but normal. He felt an eerie presence among the bushes and decided to start recording. You can see a large ape-like creature walking in the forest and noticed its confident gait. It looked like it was the home to this giant furry being. However, as the video surfaced the internet, so did the speculations. People called it an ape or a gorilla, but the hiker was adamant on his claim that it was not an ordinary animal. Instead, it was the legendary Bigfoot. But of course, nothing can be said for sure. Unusually large ape. Imagine being alone in the forest until you realized you are not. Well, yeah, a dog was accompanying this man, but there was someone else around as well. The dog was playing, running around in the snow, but something happened in the woods that it came rushing back to its owner, looking terrified. The man got confused as to what could have happened. Maybe some wild animal was there. until he happened to see a giant ape that passed by a shadow area. As he zoomed in to see what got the dog terrified, he captured a tall, dark figure walking in the woods. His breath hitched in his throat, and he decided not to provoke the creature and immediately left the area in concern for his safety. Hooded being. Imagine getting to the wilderness to enjoy nature until something very abnormal, such as this, turned things around. A family that was wandering around the woods sensed the presence of some sort of supernatural being that was surveying that every moment. Initially, they thought that they were just being paranoid, until one of their recording cameras picked up the entity that was staring at them while hiding between the trees, constantly to hide its signature. It was a woman who looked to be possessed, and could as well phase out of its physical existence that had a shadow over its face that made it hard to identify. They got freaked out by this strange stalker and decided to leave the forest right then and there. Who was the creature that stayed one of those unsolved forest mysteries? Possessed man. This video dates back to September 16, 2023, when a group came across this weird man with glowing eyes. It was screaming in a hysterical way and looked completely out of his senses. Now, although it was a man, but was under the influence of a powerful ghost or a spirit, judging by behavior, some even believe that this man is turned into a real-life zombie, although the glowing eyes left many wondering its actual nature. The man was later apprehended and taken to an undisclosed location, and his fate now remains a complete mystery. Teeth anomaly. A group of explorers that were avidly documenting their journey in the wilderness until they ran into something horrifying. While focused on filming, they sensed movement in the trees, using the camera to zoom in search of the source of the strange noise. As they failed to spot anyone or anything, a huge, mysterious being appeared, having its mouth open, and struck onto them with its large yellow teeth. The sudden appearance caught them off guard, freezing their breaths and their throats. In the midst of documenting the mundane, nature gave them a horror of their lifetime, revealing as they unknowingly captured a moment of eerie surprise. Mysteriously disappeared. These two guys were walking down the road casually, a pretty normal day, until they met the extraordinary. All of a sudden, one of them disappeared, as if the thin air sucked him up. A beam of light appeared, so light, almost unnoticeable. Wait, before you call it CGI, we thought about it too, but his friend seemed genuinely concerned and shocked, but in concern for his own safety, ran away. Floating spirit. In a desolate junkyard, a CCTV camera on a road captured the supernatural figure that was passing down the road. The apparition presented itself as a formless white figure, seemingly on all fours. Although the intricacies were veiled by the diminished quality of the video, dogs gathered around it, their loud barks and wails confirming the presence of a paranormal entity. As the creature's identity remained a mystery, zooming in revealed another similar but dark entity approaching from the road. In the eerie glow, two spectral beings converged, leaving questions lingering in the haunted air of that forsaken place. Deer on 2 feet. Not just that, it learned to stand on its 2 feet, but also made the best use out of it to maintain dominance. A large herd of deer that were grazing in the snow, where one of them was behaving extremely oddly. As the camera zoomed in to investigate, it almost looked to be a kangaroo, as it was standing and behaving like one by balancing itself quite efficiently. The deer seemed to be in a defensive mode, trying to dominate the other ones. And look how it's working as the other deer were backing off. This is actually a normal deer defense mechanism. They stand on 2 feet in order to over-dominate the other. Look how in this clip they are both fighting standing on 2 legs, like 2 men in a wrestling ring. Ghost sighting. In the middle of a forest, a trail camera that was meant to record the mysteries of the area discovered a terrifying apparition one evening. Instead of the animals they had expected, a ghostly form loomed out of the darkness. A tall figure in a flowing white robe moved soundlessly across the forest, its form and face hidden, a spectral enigma revealed. The owner of the forest, anticipating ordinary discoveries, was met with an unearthly presence. Was it a real ghost haunting the trees? Or was it just a human pulling a prank? The mysterious sighting was shrouded in mystery as the unsettling experience left the question unanswered. Dancing skunk. It looked like this skunk was intentionally putting on a show for the camera as it went on its front paws and gave a handstand. And if he wasn't done with this little performance, with its legs spread out in the air and brushed up tail wagging atop, he started dancing in that odd posture. However, what you don't know is that skunks do handstands, not for the show, but as a defense mechanism to warn the predators that they are going to spray their noxious liquid to release their infamous stink. Strange, cryptic giant. What was captured on this night left a long-standing fear among the people who witnessed it with their own eyes. In the scary darkness, the night went wild when this strange creature emerged over the fence, looking around the area. Its face was a blur, and we couldn't make out the features exactly, but it wasn't something anyone had seen before, straight from a horror movie. At first, the spooky being kept looking around the area, but then perched up more over the fence, and in no time jumped the fence, making their breath go cold with terror. The video ended abruptly, leaving the viewers to wonder what might have happened next. Humanoid forest spirit. A trail camera that was set up in an undisclosed location of Alberta forest to study endangered animal activity caught something out of the ordinary. Everything looked normal until a humanoid materialized from thin air behind a tree only a couple of meters away from the camera and disappeared almost instantly, as if there was some secret door on the blind spot of the camera, despite looking like a shadowy figure and its height towering over the trees. With it disappearing within seconds, the possibility of identifying wasn't anywhere near to possible. Some said a hunter's ghost roams around the woods, but does that ghost frequently like to teleport? The reality of it remains a mystery. Peeking cryptid. This man seemed to be just capturing the beauty of the forest during drizzling, and at the same time filming the wet bright green leaves until things took a sudden nosedive. He noticed some odd being that was not only hidden in the tree branches, but was also peeking at him. The recorder moved his lens back to the same position, and there it was, a strange creature peeking from between the tree branches. Its head was the only thing visible, and didn't resemble any earthly being. Was it an alien? It did look like one though. And when it saw the man looking at it, it instantly went away from the tree. What's your take on this? Unbothered alien. Considering the lengths that aliens are known to go to just to hide themselves, this one didn't seem to bother. An explorer that was strolling through a forest in Peru until his path crossed over with this alien. Instead of showing any signs of fear or confusion, the tall, thin, and pale-skinned creature fitting the definition of the textbook alien appearance perfectly. It confidently looked at the camera and reacted by just walking away, unbothered about it being seen. But what was even more strange was the fact that it came back. Maybe it was analyzing the trail camera, but this very clear alien sighting that left so many unanswered questions. Extra-dimensional stalker. Among all the stalkers that you could come across, having an unearthly one is the last thing you'd want. A group of guys that were riding on an ATV along with their dog until their adventure trip turned into a nightmare. The dog at first started barking all of a sudden, which alerted them seconds before they noticed this strange being that was standing in the dark, giving off an unearthly vibe. With the fear of the unknown, the explorers resorted to fleeing the scene by quickly driving away. Now, even if it was just a glimpse of the creature, it did give the idea that it was an otherworldly creature, but many believe it to be a hoax. Twisted deer antler. Seeing something like this makes me wonder if it's only the antler that's twisted. A trail camera that was placed in the wilderness of Montana captured footage dating back to March 2023, showing a deer that had one of its antlers not only twisted, but also broken apart, ready to fall anytime. And when you focus on its eyes, they tell a very different and scarier story. This picture raised speculations that this deer was possessed under some demonic power, And they had more than just a deer's picture to claim that. There was a strange creature hidden in the dark. The creature looked like a man, but definitely wasn't, as it appeared to be made of smoke. There certainly is no coincidence of such a deer appearing next to this mysterious figure in the dark. Vampire of deer. Just upon the first glance of this deer, almost anyone would initially think of it as a vampire one way or the other. A farmer's field camera captured this unusual deer grazing through the fields. It almost looked like any other deer, but the fangs made it stand out, which, to be honest, looked kind of scary. As the video got viral, it caused a stir among people, begging the question if there was actually a thing like vampire deer, and if that was it. But no, let me clarify. It's very rare, but it was the Chinese water deer. They have a distinctive feature of having enormous front teeth that stick out of their mouth like tusks, giving them a vampire look. They are the residents of China and Korea and hold a great importance there as their hunting is illegal in these countries. Hooded figure. The trail camera came out with another mystery with this video. A colossal creature with thick fur over its body from head to toe was seen hiding in the woods. The grainy video couldn't comprehend its facial features, but whatever we made out from it, the creature didn't look like any primate. Its facial features, the broad figure, the colossal size, everything was making it fit perfectly on the definition of a Bigfoot. One thing was for sure. The mysterious creature was one of the secrets of the forest hides in its depth. What do you think of it? Zombie moose. They found this moose in the middle of the snowy forest while it was stumbling its way around. It didn't look okay because of its irregular gait. Was it drunk or something? The rescue team came down to investigate and figured out that the poor moose was under attack by the brain parasites. These worms were hidden in its thick fur, but the rescue team helped the moose get rid of them. Look at those leeches. They crawled up the animal's body and reached up to their brain, and as a result, they lost their minds and, well, in easier terms, started acting like a zombie. Mysterious crouching entity. And in the world of the unfamiliar, here is another mystery that left everyone scratching their heads. Trail camera captured a creature crouching in the middle of the forest. It was moving in a weird way, and its appearance didn't match any known animal. It looked like it was dragging its hind legs instead of a normal four-leg walk, more like a frog. But it was no frog, obviously. Then what was it? An undiscovered creature from the woods? Or just another mystery from the myths? What are your thoughts on this blurry clip? Dancing bear. It may look like this brown bear is dancing and having a blast, but it is actually in misery. A trail camera that was captured managed to capture a rare moment of a bear who randomly turned its back on a tree and started dancing, shaking the tree branches, rubbing them on the face, going up and down the tree like massaging the back. It was later revealed that it wasn't, but it actually was all itchy and was using the rough surface of the tree trunk to help relieve itself. After all, even the most mighty sometimes are helpless. Squirrel versus mysterious entity. This trail camera captured something incredible in the woods, a squirrel's exceptional survival instincts. As this squirrel hopped down the tree in search of food, it was looking around the leaves when a strange creature came flying and charged towards the oblivious squirrel in an extraordinarily fast motion. But the squirrel's reflexes were quicker than the predator may have thought as it dodged the attack at a lightning-fast speed, making the creature crash into the tree brutally. The squirrel turned out to be really feisty, but what that creature actually was? A bird? Maybe a hawk? Golem-like crawler. Something truly unusual happened with this trail camera footage. Unlike the typical nighttime captures that are often unclear or too dark, this video was taken in broad daylight. It distinctively shows a humanoid figure crawling across a distance. What could it be? A golem-like entity? Or perhaps something like a real-life zombie on the hunt? Or just another classic alien encounter? The mystery deepens as the identity of the video recorder and the location remain unknown. We're left to speculate about the nature of this curious daylight sighting, raising questions that may never be answered. First extra-dimensional contact. This video surfaced the internet and instantly got the public's attention, as it seemed to have broken the communication barrier with aliens. An unidentified man could be seen in some serious conversation with a creature that by no means looks earthly. Now, despite its appearance screaming to be an extraterrestrial, the manner of its reacting around the man showed that they had some clear level of understanding. The video was uploaded without any sound, leaving this event in mystery. But what is even more concerning than the topic of their discussion is, what is an alien doing on Earth? I mean, it was just yesterday their existence was a controversial topic. Swamp creature. You can see a strange creature walking down the forest in a stomping manner with heavy feet. Was it a primate, a gorilla, or an ape? But no, they don't walk like that. Plus, it looked like this strange being was wearing a shaggy cloak that starts from its bread and comes down to the toe. The grainy video didn't really tell what its face looked like. However, the hunter who captured the video thought it to be a Michigan swamp creature. It made the internet go wild with the speculations, but then the owner of the video revealed himself that it was just a man in a costume, and there's nothing like a swamp creature that exists. Courageous rabbit. This mommy rabbit showed some real courage when this snake decided to barge in its territory with the ill intentions of attacking her babies. It's the motherly instinct that no matter who is in front, they are going to howl or leap at it in order to chase it away. Look how this rabbit is fighting this snake, attacking it constantly just to keep the snake away from her babies. The snake is, however, non-venomous, as the mother is still going strong despite the multiple strikes the snake posed at it in order to get to the babies. But the rabbit didn't stop until the snake retreated from its barbaric mission. Smoky being. This camera captured a strange movement in the dark night that was rather very realistically like a ghost. You could see a white smoky figure crossing the camera. It may go unnoticed as it looked like blowing wind, but when you look close enough, it had a mysterious smoky shape as it went floating in front of the camera. And what buried the doubts was the locals' claim that there had been strange occurrences happening in the area. It indicates only one possibility, that it was definitely a ghost. It's time for today's open discussion. Back in 2021, in the outskirts of Mexico, this group captured a weird creature in the forest. It was peeking at the guys from over the hill. Even in the dark, they could see it had a human-like body from its head. It was no human. With very obvious horns and a face that resembled a goat, they could only think of one possibility, that it was a goat man. They wouldn't have even noticed this strange being, but its glinting eyes gave it away. As the video got viral, people were quick to share the images of the same creature that lurks in this forest. It looked like it was the resident here, as there had been multiple sightings. However, nothing can be said for sure what this mysterious being was. And here is your cue to comment down your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.